Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Talks to Anthony. Today we're going to have a insightful conversation. For those that are new to the channel, we make mental conversation and content that's going to be beneficial to your personal development and in addition to your well-being. However, today's conversation, we're going to be talking about how to set meaningful goals, turning dreams into action. We got to take in consideration if we want to get to the end goal, we want to get to the outcome, we really want to be able to do what we want to do and really dream, manifest, and have all these great things around us. We got to get to the action. We got to have that consistency. So I really want us to develop some practical steps in regards to having that guidance for, setting realistic and achievable goals to be able to align to our personal values that we're going to be able to embrace and empower ourselves as individuals to make that consistent, meaningful steps towards our dreams. So stick with me. So we're going to be able to develop and setting clear, meaningful goals that are going to be able to give us that direction, and motivation and that roadmap to that real progress. So like I said, stick with me and we're going to be able to, like I said, grow through our dreams as we're going to be able to put action into what matters to us. So our first segment, we're going to be talking about what makes a goal meaningful, right? So it means before we dive into this, I really want it's meaningful to you. You feel me? Whatever that goal is, it's meaningful to you. Don't let anybody destroy your dreams. Don't let anybody get to you and try to cut you short and make you feel you're inadequate. First of all, everybody has and is blessed with unique abilities from the higher power. Someone made you, someone put you here, you have that, and that's for you to be able to navigate and get to. However, like I said, whatever aligns to you, no one else, you. So focus on what is meaningful to you. However, let's get into it. First concept, we're going to be talking about aligned with your values, like I said, to you. So a meaningful goal reflects what truly is important to you, not what others expect, like I talked about. Moving forward, it's going to be driven by purpose, right? So purpose gives, you a goal, emotional weight, right? So you have something that's attached to you. So it answers the why behind what you really want, right? So everybody's going to be different. So I want to take into consideration by what your purpose is, because everybody has their own purpose. Next is going to be realistic and personal, right? So it fits into your current stage of life, the skills, your circumstances, and yet it challenges you to grow in regards to your, when you're being realistic and you're personal with whatever is meaningful for that goal for you. When it comes to a reflective prompt, I want us to take in consideration to be able to ask ourselves, what do I really care about? And why does that even matter to me? So if you really want to be able to find purpose, really want to be able to find meaning, I'm asking you off rip, try to get away from the noise, solitude, find an area that's calming. It's going to keep you having that mindfulness, reflective thinking. It's going to be able to, the birds are chirping, like get near water, get near the lake, get near the beach, get somewhere away from people, the noise, distractions, etc. Right? And really be able to embrace, like I said, these intentional questions, so you're able to, like I said, have and find that purpose. The earlier the better, so you can really get to your dreams early, right? But next segment, let's dive right into the SMART goal framework with a twist, right? So we got to take into consideration, SMART goals are made for us to be able to develop specific goals, so we have better sense of direction to get towards where we need to be, right? So once again, SMART goals, but with the added twist, we're going to be able to find, an alignment in our motion, right? So SMART goals, let's get into that first. So SMART, first initial is going to be S, right? So specific. So you really want to start with clear and that focus. What and why do we expect what we want? Like, what are we doing this for, right? So be specific and be clear about that, right? M, which is measurable, right? How will we track our progress? We really got to take in consideration of measurable. We really got to be able to, like I said, how are we going to measure our progress and track that down? Start here, get yourself a notebook, and be intentional, really get to it, right? A, so achievable. Is this going to be doable for us to be able to, do, or are we going to just be able to just quit and say, I can't do this, it's just too overwhelming? Make things easy, make it manageable so you can get yourself started, and like I said, tracking your process throughout that time and those resources. R, relevant. Does it align with your values and your priorities? Is this important to you? Is it relevant to where you're trying to go? Is it relevant to where you're at? And does it align with your values? So really think about yourself. Make sure you're putting your priorities first, thinking about what's important to you and making sure it's relevant in regards to your goal. T, in regards to time bound, set realistic deadlines in regards to a milestone, right? So we don't want to make this, when we get to it ASAP, like put a real actual date on it. When will I start? You know what I mean? Like make sure there's some type of accountability in regards to, like I said, time bound, and looking at, timeline in regards to when should there be like a doable deadline that this goal could be complete so we can move on to the next chapter or next phase, etc. Right? A tip I really want to be able to take in consideration, like I said, when we're being intentional, is to be able to have a why statement, right? So stay connected to a deeper meaning. I really want us to make sure that is included as well. The next segment I want to be able to take in consideration too is number 3. We're going to be breaking it down, right? So turning big dreams into small wins. I really want to take in consideration of making things manageable, making it easy enough for us to feel as if that we can get the task done, right? It's our dream, right? But if we don't really start, we don't have the action, like, you know what I mean? Nothing's gonna happen. But at the same time too, when we make it too overwhelming, as if that we don't even know where to start, we don't have any sense of direction, like, you know what I mean? It's just too hard or overwhelming. We may not even really attempt. We're just gonna you know what I mean? We just kind of sabotage, like, I'm whatever, and just maybe even prone to just do unhealthier things, hang around the wrong folks, etc. So I want us to be able to break it down, make it tangible enough so we're able to win, celebrate, and have small wins to be able to equate to the big picture, right? So the key concept off the rip, we're going to be talking about reverse engineer the goal, right? So start with the big picture, then break it into smaller, manageable pieces, like AKA steps. So, you know, set micro goals. So weekly or daily actions can create that momentum, right? I really want to do a shout out too, because I'm seeing a lot of good things on the net right now, and I don't usually do this because I don't know how people carry themselves. I don't know what they got going on, but I'm gonna just say this real quick: is Kai Cenat, right? So I'm seeing a lot of that, the work ethic in regards to waking up and do the streaming, and it's going viral, right? We really gotta just give it to the people that are really behind the scenes, that are really doing what they're doing and making that positive influence, and really getting people to really do something productive with their time, regardless of what other people may see or how the perceptions are behind it. There's real work behind this. So I really want to take that in consideration of, you know, weekly or daily actions that are able to equate to the big picture of what we're trying to be or where we're trying to go. So like I said, I gave him a quick shout out, but I'm pretty sure that you're able to think of someone, or even, like I said, start making some of that momentum for yourself, because these daily practices really equate to the big picture, as I once mentioned. So next is going to be celebrate the process. This is significant because you really want to be able to recognize and reward yourself with small wins and stay motivated as you're navigating through. One thing that I do is I take myself out to eat, enjoy that meal, enjoy my process and all that, and I get back to it on Monday, etc. Right? So we really got to take in consideration that it doesn't take us to get to, like I say, graduation, to be able to embrace, like, yo, we did all this, but you really got to be kind to yourself throughout the process and still celebrate, because it took you all those, you know what I mean, those moments to be able to navigate to that big picture of where you're at, right? So be kind to yourself throughout the process, but break it down to manageable steps. Full segment, we're going to be talking about staying motivated and overcoming setbacks. Like I said, there's going to be things coming at you. Life's not cane lane. You feel me? So you got to still be able to navigate through these obstacles. So our key concept we're going to talk about is anticipate those obstacles, right? So list potential challenges and prepare for responses in advance, right? So as you're navigating your dreams, think about different things that are going to be coming your way, right? Like, just know some people are just kind of trying to hold you back. Some people, you know what I mean? Even we talked about this too on a family aspect too, the generational curse. So as you're trying to break free and do these different things, you're gonna have different people coming to you trying to pull you down. You have a purpose, you have a goal, you have a due diligence, you feel me? You have a duty, you heard? So it's like you have something that's gonna be putting you in a better position than some of the people around you. And at the end of the day, you gotta, you know what I mean, do what's best for you. So I'm asking you to really think about some and anticipate some obstacles, but you're really going to be able to navigate and have that resilience with that positive mindset, having those coping strategies, having yourself around supportive people, you know what I mean, keeping track of your process, really giving yourself that self-compassion. You're going to be able to win. So I'm advocating for that, but like I said, understand obstacles. 2, we're going to be talking about, you know, tracking consistency once again. So using those journals, apps, and different habits to be able to, you know, monitor your progress. And then once again, like I said, 2 is practice that compassion. So it's okay to adjust your goals. You know, progress isn't linear. It goes up and it goes down, it fluctuates. So we really got to be able to take in consideration obstacles, self-compassion, tracking consistency, and keeping moving forward with that motivation. We can get it done. Even 2, a mind shift. So instead of asking yourself, did I fall? Did I fail? Right? What did I learn? You know what I mean, what are my strengths and weaknesses for my situation, right? So it's always going to be, you know, negative thoughts that are kind of spiraling within our mind, but how can we really refrain from that and really learn from what's really going on? So we want to be able to have that mindset shift. In regards to some research insights, people who track their goals weekly are 42% more likely to achieve them, right? So we got to take in consideration, like I said, when we're being more intentional, writing things down, really get into it, like our dreams, this is us, this is our life, you feel me? Or really being more intuitive with it, you know, good things will start to be able to show. So I really wanted to take that in consideration. You go to the dollar store, you feel me? Get this for a little dollar and some change, you know what I mean? And really do what we got to do with that pen and pad, and really kind of just giving and having that devotion towards, our life and our journey. Fifth segment, we're going to be talking about aligning goals with your life vision. Keyword, your life vision, right? So first segment, in regards to key point, we're going to be talking about zoom out regular, right? So revisit your long-term vision to make sure that your goals are still aligned, right? So here and there, we're in a world of let's be real, distractions, sometimes a little dysfunction, and we can lose part of ourselves. So I really want us to make sure we have our own time. We're allocating time for our mindfulness, making sure we're keeping ourselves grounded, but thinking about our vision, where we heading, where we going, are we aligned? You feel me? Are we on our purpose, right? So we got to have that mindfulness too. So allocate some time for that growth. Next is going to be balance, right? So ensure that your goals, across areas of your health, your relationships, your personal growth, your career, you know what I mean? You're giving that adequate balance, and you're prioritizing what's important for you. You feel me? And then you're able to kind of navigate through that checklist. So you really want to, like I said, have that balance. Next is going to be, seasonal reassessment every here and there. Even on the business aspect of things, we got to really make sure it's like, what's the mission statement? Are we following what we're supposed to be following? Are we doing what we got to be doing, right? So every few months, we want to ask yourself, is this still meaningful to me? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Is this really what's helping me get to where I want to be? Like, think about this. Like, be intuitive with your life. Like, you're the one that's steering the boat. You're the one that's steering the whip. You feel me? So take this into consideration. Like, where am I heading? Where am I going? What am I doing? You feel me? You're waking up every single day. Are you happy doing what you're doing? Like, your purpose should feel like you enjoy this. You feel me? So I really want to take that in consideration, right? You don't want to give yourself that stress and live an unmeaningful life. Really be intuitive. Like, why is it meaningful? So that's it. And you got to start from the top of this video again. Do what you got to do. But on a real note, like I said, make sure your goals are aligned to what what matters to you. In regards to a reflection exercise too, I want to take in consideration too is, create a life pie, right? So we ain't talking about apple pie, nothing like that, but a life pie, right? So, or, value wheel, we're able to identify which areas feel, fulfilled and which areas feel unfulfilled, like neglected, right? So think about these things. So I really want to just kind of put this video together, right? Life is sweet, just like that pie we were talking about a second ago, right? But, it's what we truly make of it, right? So when we really are meaningful, we're setting, meaningful goals about, achieving our life and our goals in regards to our dreams. It can be done, but it's not about being perfect and this life and how we're navigating is to be perfect. But it's about making that as improvement. It's about being intentional. It's about moving forward. It's about moving with that purpose, right? So I really want us to, like I said, reflect on our values, reflect on what energizes you, reflect on how you're able to help, being a better you and, getting what you want, right? And facilitating those next steps by, like I said, those SMART goals and understanding how we feel with our emotions, right? So get around the right support, get around positive people, get around those motivational people, and that information, those affirmations important to yourself, and you'll get on your way, right? And you will get there, right? So keep thriving me, you know what I mean? Keep this around you, this energy around you, and be consistent. And like I said, the sky is the limit. You know what I mean? Your dreams will come true when you are intuitive, right? And you are doing what's meaningful to you. So stick with me. Hopefully this video is beneficial. Give it a thumbs up, share if possible, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Stay blessed.